God, that looks so clean, dude. Let's go. So clean.